You know how much you weigh.
How much I weigh.
Fat, nigga. That's what you is.
I'm not fat.
Fat.
I'm not fat, muscle.
That's fat.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Grab it again,
Hey,
son. Grab it
How I
again.
look at the weigh-in, though?
Grab it again.
How I look at the weigh-in,
We talking about now.
How I look at the weigh-in,
But you
though?
talking about how
But
big
how I
you
look at the
is.
weigh-in,
It's
though?
fat.
But how I look at the
Grab
weigh-in?
that.
How I look at the weigh-in?
Yeah.
I guarantee I'm gonna crush you.
Grab that.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Grab that.
Smack you when you fight.
Don't try to go to the body.
Don't try to talk from the side, bro.
Don't try that little. Don't try that.
You got nothing to do with this, bro. You got nothing to do with this.
Don't try that.
You got nothing to do with this.
Hey, look.
You're talking too much.
Tell him to do that little.
You talking too much, man. You
talking
talking too much, bro. Okay, we tell them more around. Ain't nobody talking from the side.
But you
Why you
talking
gotta
to
talk?
me.
Ain't nobody talking from the side. Why you gotta talk?
Well, talk to me.
It don't matter.
Talk to him.
But tell your
Talk to
nigga
me.
be quiet.
Talk to me.
But
Don't
tell your
talk to
nigga be
him.
quiet.
Talk to me.
Tell your nigga to be
Talk
quiet.
to me.
Tell your nigga to be
All right,
quiet.
now you talking to me.
Tell your nigga to be
Back
quiet.
to what we was talking about.
Whatever.
Try that body
It
shot
don't matter.
shit.
I'm not gonna stop you. Easy. I'm gonna stop you easy. That shit gonna be easy
Hey,
work.
I'm
I promise
solid.
you.
I'm
It don't
solid as
matter.
a
I'm gonna
rock.
knock you out, bro.
Oh,
You
that-
getting hurt.
that's fat.
You got hurt by getting bull.
That's
You got hurt by getting bull. Yeah.
You got hurt by
And
a
what if I
Campbell.
get shooting?
You got hurt by a
What if
Campbell.
I got hurt by a Campbell?
And you got hurt
Pull
by
that up.
Kell
Pull that
Bro.
up. Pull
And
that
you
up.
got hurt by Kell
Win.
Bro.
Win.
Now
We seen you get wobbly leg. We seen you get wobbly
But then
leg.
what?
We seen you. It
Huh,
don't
after
matter.
that.
It don't matter.
After that.
Wait till I hit you. Gonna
Wait till I hit you.
Sorry.
You gonna look like
my life,
you gonna look like Benavidez.
He
You
had one leg.
you gonna look like
He
him
had
with
one
one
leg.
leg.
He had one leg.
I'm gonna make
He
you
had one
do
leg.
the stanky leg.
What you want to bet on that?
What you want to bet
You
on?
can bet 100,000 on that.
Let's bet $1 million.
O-Dog boxing, motherfucker. Yo. It's your boy, BIGO-DOG boxing. Now, before I get started, I just want to thank you for fucking with me. Is Terence Bud Crawford the best fighter in the world today? Pound for pound king? Now, of course, you got guys like, Alexander Usyk at the top with the heavyweights. In the super middleweight division, you got Canelo Alvarez. And then in the lower divisions, you got, the lower divisions. When I mean lower divisions, I mean lower divisions. Bantamweight, flyweight, which other one they got? Featherweight. You have Inoue. But in my opinion, with the whole setup, man, the jab, the hook, the uppercut, man, the footwork, the sweet science, the power, y todo, bro. At the top of my list, dude, I'd have to say it's Terence Bud Crawford, fam. In my opinion, Terence Crawford is the pound for pound king. And I'm going to tell you why here in a second. Now, if you follow boxing at all, pretty sure y'all been hearing the rumors about who's going to be Canelo's potential opponent. Of course, you got Jermall Charlo. And then I've been hearing a potential matchup between Terence Crawford and Canelo. Now, at first, I looked past that, thinking, this is all a hypothetical or a fantasy matchup, a video game type of style. But I started thinking about it even more and figured, man, if Jermall Charlo moved up to 168 to fight Canelo, what's one more division, right? Shit. And then I started thinking to myself, man, if anybody could pull this off, man, it'd have to be the dude from Omaha, man. I mean, think about it. If you had an option to choose anywhere from 140 to 168, who would you choose to upset Canelo? Of course, there's David Benavidez that's 168. That is most likely to pull an upset. But Crawford here recently stated he posted on social media, biggest fight, and of course I'm butchering the shit of it, man, but it went something amongst the lines like Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing. That's just facts, and fuck how you feel and all this other stuff. But I thought about it and I'm like, yeah, absolutely right. You cannot argue that fucking statement. Like, David Benavidez, although he, depending on how you see it, he might have a better chance of defeating the champion. You guys got to remember, this is a business first, a sport second. So, you can't argue that Terence Crawford has a bigger fan base than I'm sorry, you can't argue that David Benavidez has a bigger fan base than Terence Crawford. You just can't. Look at the numbers, man. Men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't lie, man. Yeah, man. I mean, isn't that what pound for pound means? You're imagining a smaller guy fighting in the heavyweight division with the same style, and saying to yourself, man, if this guy was fighting at a heavier weight, this guy would be the greatest. And people are all like, yeah, people are all agreeing with you. I mean, in my opinion, that's what pound for pound means, man. So in this video, I will break down a couple reasons why I think Terence Crawford can pull an upset versus Canelo, making him the pound for pound king. So first of all, his skill set. Terence Crawford's skill set is second to none. Watch closely as Terence Crawford neutralizes Errol Spence's jab by slipping his jab. Notice how as Spence throws his jab, Terence Crawford also throws his jab while moving his head to the outside. Just brilliant defense. And he did this all night long. Because of Terence Crawford's defense, Errol Spence Jr. was unable to get pressure going or establish his dominance or get any kind of rhythm going, for that matter, because Bud took Errol Spence's best weapon away, being his jab. Another technique I noticed that Errol Spence has had great success with in the past was throwing his weight around. By using his shoulder, he leans into his opponent so he can set up his right hook. But Crawford was one step ahead of Errol Spence. Instead of letting Spence put his weight on him, Crawford would simply just lean back and step back at the same time to avoid the attack. Once Spence was in Crawford's space, Crawford would create space by moving laterally to the side of Spence, where Spence couldn't get to him, leaving Errol Spence very vulnerable to Crawford's attack. Excuse me. Crawford was able to neutralize the bigger man and shut down his offense and dominating the bigger man, which gives me confidence in saying that Terence Crawford could definitely do some damage in the higher weight divisions. Another reason why I think Terence Crawford has a solid chance of beating Canelo is that although Canelo campaigns at a higher weight class at 168, Canelo is actually a smaller fighter at 168. If you notice, Canelo is always the smaller, shorter, frumpier guy than most of his opponents. So Canelo and Crawford are actually the same height. They both stand at 5'8". But Terence Crawford has a longer arm reach advantage than Canelo, and I get that Canelo was successful at beating, guys like Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, Charlo, Callum Smith, Daniel Jacobs. They are all lengthy. They're all tall boxer punchers, but difference between all these guys is that Terence Bud Crawford is on a whole nother level. Another reason why, excuse me, I think Crawford could upset or pull an upset versus Canelo is Canelo seems to struggle the most versus technicians. What I mean by technicians, like the Floyd Mayweathers and Dimitri Bivol. Terence Crawford has a very similar style to these guys. So I believe Terence Crawford has the ability to outbox Canelo. But Crawford is also a very versatile fighter, meaning he is able to adapt to many different functions and activities inside of that ring. So what I'm saying here is that Crawford also Crawford's got some mitts on him, man. Since he moved up to welterweight, he's been doing nothing but knocking guys out. Yeah, it's just been knockout after TKO after TKO. So yeah, man. Terence Crawford's hands has never been tested. He's still undefeated. And with that, this has been Terence Crawford, the pound for pound best fighter in the world. This has been your boy BIGO-DOG Boxing, and I'm out this bitch.